Hi again, everybody. Still having technical difficulty. I need a bigger kitchen to be able to record myself in the kitchen. Okay, so I've been kind of slacking. I haven't done any recordings for a while about the reset. I kind of intended to do one at the end of week 2, but I didn't get to it. So I'm now at day 4. I don't know if you can see. Day 4 ultimate reset. So it says day 4, but what that basically is I'm nearly done actually. I'm halfway through the 3rd week, which is what is called the restore phase, I believe. Yeah, restore. So I guess ultimately what that's talking about is restoring your gut flora and making sure everything's happy again after going through the 1st week, which is kind of getting you set up and changing your diet from primarily, I guess a lot of us probably a little more meat in our diet and that, to weaning into sort of a transitional diet with coming off of a lot of the meat proteins and milks and things like that. So that was actually a really awesome week for me. It's probably why I didn't do my video. I had a ton of energy, and other than the first, I guess from the last time I did a video, probably a lot of you know I really like my coffee, and I'm pretty sure I have ADD, so that's sort of like my medicine of choice. The headaches were pretty bad day 2, really bad, and that actually, I just kept drinking an awful lot of water and watched some funny movies and got walking, and really just helped it all flush out. So that was great. Started running into a little bit of like some concentration stuff going into the 2nd week, and added some green tea into the diet to kind of calm that down. Well, now coming into the end of week 3, I gotta be brutally honest, I've gone to having sort of like a cup of coffee. I'm gonna try that in the morning because the last few days I was just sort of a concentration wreck. So yeah, good test to know though how your body responds to certain things. So for me, in my situation, having a little bit of caffeine is probably a good thing. It's no joke that I'm doing, that my day job is doing a sort of analysis in real life and lots of stuff at the same time. So yeah, my brain's really well suited to that, but a little bit of caffeine actually helps me concentrate and be less of a mess. So yeah, the other thing is week 2 is what we call the detox phase. So that involves this packet right here, which has a lot of sprouted chia and flaxseed, and it's basically like a bulking agent. So this is not unlike a natural version of the stuff I was prescribed to try and slow down the motility of my tummy. I'll be honest with you with this too. My tummy actually probably slowed down too much with this. So, but I have very different anatomy now than a lot of people doing this reset, so I can see how it would work really well. But for me, it kind of my musculature through my large intestine is probably not very good because it hasn't been used in nearly a year. It's been kind of rendered. It's probably atrophied a bit over what's been going on. So how I sorted that out though, I just had a really good soak in the tub last night with Epsom salts, and they have a lot of magnesium in them. And that is a really great gentle way to get things moving and stuff, so without having to take anything as a laxative. This in itself though it has laxative properties to it, but not in like a mean, nasty, fly through you kind of way. So again, I'm dealing with different anatomy than a lot of people. For any of you who are watching this and don't know the background, I had 5 feet of my terminal ileum removed a year ago. So it's actually really cool that I can even follow this diet, because probably September I couldn't even eat fresh veggies and things. So I've been eating a lot of a lot of the meals are fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. Fresh fruit's not been a problem, but the fresh veggies were a huge problem, and now yeah, no problem at all. So very cool. And this stuff has some other really great things in it too for supporting your liver and kidneys and all those other things that need to detox. So the idea though is to move once you've freed up those compounds in your fats and things that are breaking down, you want them to be able to flow through your anatomy. So again, mine's a little funky, but tastes kind of gross, but apparently there's a newer one. Mine is the older package from January, so you should get used to it. You know what? It's like we make our kids eat our veggies because they have to and it's good for them. This is kind of same idea. I found doing it almost like a shot and then drinking a ton of water afterwards was probably the easiest way to get this down. But honestly, by the end of it, not a huge deal. So anyway, so that's week 2. And again, I had lots of energy and felt really good. Just the last couple of days I was starting to get lethargic, and that was probably some other stuff going on with what I had done in April. So anyway, good. What we're taking right now are these optimized supplements. Again, these are basically enzymes, so that helps with digestion and take down inflammation. So that's really cool. And Revitalize. This is really important to reestablishing your gut flora. So if your gut's not happy, nothing's happy, which is why I've been so sick for like a year. Anyway, almost a year. I'm good now. So, yeah, you take this a couple of times or 3 times a day, and that helps give you the good bugs back again. So, the other issue for me with the bugs, my large intestine, when they did the surgery, they took out the sphincter or the valve that runs between the small intestine and the large intestine. So for me, if my large intestine gets too full, I'm going to be pushing up and not have that physiological break in between the two. So that's why for me it was probably knocking my energy back, that my gut flora was not in the right place. But again, I have very specific anatomy issues going on that if you didn't have that, your ileocecal valve will be working beautifully, bad stuff flies through, and you're good. So anyway, a nice bath and adding in a little bit of caffeine for myself, that helps with the mechanics. Yeah, so now really good. And again, I am sitting here in front of the camera being crazy, no makeup at all, none. So my face is awesome. I've had no more of those blisters and things. I've actually had some very small wrinkles through my face. I kind of used to sleep on my face scrunched up, so I had this like little bit of a line that comes in through here. That is pretty much gone between the Derm Exclusive that I've been using and then the diet being so amazingly clean now. I've even switched to organic personal care products, hair care and all that stuff. So yeah, this is really cool to reset to feel what it's like to not have some of those environmental compounds coming into your body, and being able to be sensitive to them, to know that they're there or not there. So that is kind of worth its weight in gold. And yeah, my skin's good. On the first video, if you guys look, you go look at the old first video for Reset, I had a freaking boil on the top of my head. It was like a Mount Vesuvius boil. Now, I usually get those on my chin, which is why if you see some of my close-ups, I have some dark scarring on my chin. I usually get one of those with like cycles, all of us ladies, cycles. And my homeopath had said, you know, you've still got gunk in you, it's gonna come out through your skin. That's one of the mechanisms you have for removing toxins. One of the other really neat things that's been happening, not only are my nails growing, oh, I need to change my nail color, but my nails were nice and solid when I changed my polish. I usually keep polish on to keep them solid so they don't break, but I took the nail polish off and I had nails, which is cool. My hair's not falling out. All that other good stuff is just sort of being exaggerated by this neat, I don't want to say detox, but this neat reset. Yeah, kind of cool. And yeah, my boil on my head within end of day 3, this had gone. And usually I have to put this stuff on Fusidin. It's like a heavy duty antibiotic. I've had to resort on my chin to sticking a band-aid on it overnight to keep the Fusidin on it long enough to actually be able to work. And that's a pretty heavy topical antibiotic. It's used for staph bacteria and some other stuff that's just, you know, you don't want a dependency on that. But to have my Mount Vesuvius on my forehead go away in 3 days was ridiculous. And now we're into like another 2 weeks. I should be into another cyclic thing with the same stuff showing up, which is why I would get one scar on top of the other. Gone. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that's really cool. I've not had a background of really horrible hormones and stuff either, but I can see there's lots of kale, there's lots of good stuff in here that, you know, it would balance your hormones out. So even if you don't have, you know, major problems with your hormone levels and things, that's a pretty big deal. So, because none of us want big lumpy things on our faces. And I had to laugh that instead of it being on my chin, it showed up on my, I really wanted them to stop coming on my chin. So apparently the universe thought it was funny and threw one on my forehead instead right before taking videos and doing this. So anyway, everything happens for a reason, which we all know. So yeah, it's cool. Anyway, yeah, back to having a little bit of coffee. I'm okay with that. Sorry, video stopped. I found with adding coffee, the first time I took it, I was drinking it, it was about 4 o'clock when I finally gave up and had some coffee because I was just feeling horrible and scattered. I I didn't sleep really well. So now I know, I can have that as a gauge now, that you guys know that sleeping for me was kind of a problem. So yeah, I know I gotta keep it early morning and just let it kind of wean off through the day. So that's kind of cool. And I would never have found that out without doing this. So yeah, really cool. And I hope some of you guys, I'm gonna be posting pictures of food that I've been cooking through this and how I've incorporated the kids and CJ, my husband, with it too. And we've got like the two extremes. I'm doing this reset, which is all veggie based. He's doing a program called Body Beast that Beachbody has that's very much like a muscle building program. So we got like the two extremes of the program going on, but it's worked really well. We've been able to kind of work the two together. So it's still clean eating no matter what you're doing. So yeah, really cool. Anyway, I hope you like the pictures. I'm sorry I've become one of those people taking pictures of all my diet and food, and I didn't think I'd do that. I'm not a put your cookies on Facebook kind of person normally. So yeah, happy vegetable recipe watching or something like that. So anyway, some of you guys wanted to see what this diet stuff was about. So yeah, cool. Thank you guys. And I hope this helps. And if you do have any questions about it, let me know. Some of you guys have my phone number. If not, just give me an email or send me a message on Facebook or through wherever. It all bings and shows up on my Crackberry anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys all feel really good, and let me know if I can give you a hand with that. Thanks guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.